Hey guys, it's Nicholas here from upgradeToLife.com and welcome to this quote of the week video, which will be about the topic of certainty, of knowing, of faith, of the subjective conviction that it is already done, which regarding to Neville, regarding to also my own experience is powerful because then nothing can shake you off that. Things can happen, but you won't be faced by that. You just know what is already true for you. And if you remain in that state, it will be mirrored back to you. So let's just look at this quote. I'm going to read it. And this is what Neville Goddard said. I don't care what it is. When you know what you want, you can make your desire so real, so natural that you will reach a feeling of certainty which no power in the world can stop. When that feeling is yours, drop it. Don't ask anyone if what you did was right or wrong. You did it, and that's all that is necessary. Okay, so really bold, and I observed this while I studied Neville's teachings, is that he really, didn't make any distinction between goals. Like, if you want this, if you want that, like he says, I don't care what it is that you want, right? So that is why, in my personal opinion, it does not make so much sense, if there are certain channels that talk about, okay, how to manifest a business. And then there are other channels, okay, how to manifest a relationship. And then there are other channels, how to manifest health, how to manifest this and that, right? Because the underlying principle, when this is finally and first of all understood, you can apply this then for each and any goal. It's not that for this goal you apply this principle and then for that goal this. No, it's always the same thing that underlying happens, is that you shift into a new state. Any expression of new circumstance is the result of you having shifted into a new state. So it doesn't matter what you want, right? When you know what it is, when you have this clarity, when you're sure, this is what I want, this is who I want to be, this is what I want to express, this is what I want to experience in my life, then you can make this desire of yours so real, so natural, that at some point you reach this feeling of certainty, which I want to make a cut here, is a really powerful feeling. Right, and this feeling of certainty, there are many words for that. We can call it, the feeling of certainty. We can call it just the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the feeling of naturalness, subjective knowing. We can call it faith, right? It doesn't really matter what we call it, but it's just this inner knowing that it is done. And this knowing can't be established by you just, saying some fancy affirmations here and there, or you acting as if. Right, it's a real deep knowing that comes from an experience, from an imaginary experience. So when you hear, for example, words congratulating you in your imagination over and over and over and over again, at some point you ask yourself, when you imagine it again, like, why am I still imagining this? This is already the case. This is already who I am. This is already true for me. And then you naturally stop, right? You naturally let go of the old state because inwardly you already made the new state alive. Right? And you inwardly have this certainty, but it doesn't come, it doesn't come out of the blue. It comes from you perpetually, persistently experiencing this desired end, or something that implies the desired end in your imagination. So if I want to be healthy, right, I ask myself, what would imply I'm healthy? For example, I'm waking up in the morning, throwing my sheets to the side, jumping out of my bed, walking fast to the mirror, looking at my body, scanning my body, or looking to my face, seeing my own smile in my face. That was, for example, a scene that I used recently, and instantly, shifted me into radiant health. And 2 days later, the little issues that I experienced were absolutely gone. And until this day, I feel that state because I made it alive again. And inwardly, right, even though for then a couple of days I still had some symptoms and some little pains here and there in my body, I didn't take my cue from them. I didn't, in a sense, trust it or believed in them. I saw them as well as a circumstance, but I knew, I knew what I already subjectively experienced. So I had this faith through this imaginary experience, right? So, and this is for any desire. It doesn't matter which desire you have. If you can imagine it, it's a desire, it's available, it's already within creation, because if it wouldn't be, you couldn't even imagine it. So it doesn't make any sense, right? If you can imagine it, it is already within creation. And if you then imagine something that implies possession of that desire over and over again, it's inevitable that at some point this feels natural, that you feel obvious, sure, certain about having it, right? So any desire, you can make any desire real and natural until it reaches this feeling of naturalness, and then no power on the world can stop it, right? People can come to you and tell you, oh yeah, that's not possible. Oh yeah, you are still this and that. Oh yeah, you will never be this. But if you know what you are within, then what those people tell you doesn't take away anything from this inner knowing that you establish within yourself, right? So when that feeling is yours, when you basically reach that point, drop it. In a sense, this is like you will more so automatically drop the need to do more techniques, the desire to continue imagining, because it is already certain to you, right? You can't desire what you already are. I have a video on this. I will link it above right now. Really powerful and important video. You can't keep desiring what you already are, right? What you are, you are. So you can't keep desiring to be it. And then you don't ask people, right? You don't ask people, was it wrong? Should I do this? Should I do that? When you ask someone, this is already, again, an indicator that you are not sure, that you are not certain, right? So when you're certain, when you're in this knowing, when you have this faith, then just walk in that assumption, right? Live your life. Don't wait on anything. Waiting is also another sign, another indicator that you are, not in the desired end state. And you wait and you put your life on hold, which is something that a lot of people quite sadly do. And they think that, oh yeah, I imagine and now I put my life on hold until my desire comes in. And until then, I don't enjoy my life, which it's the wrong way to approach manifesting, right? So don't ask anyone, don't look for results, don't look for validation. You did it, right? What I have done, I have done. So you know what you did, you know what you experienced, which is already an unseen fact, an unseen reality. You know that this is already true for you, and that's all that is necessary. And that's the end of the quote. Right? Powerful, in my opinion, powerful. It's a reminder about the feeling of certainty, right? And I do have a longer video, which is called How to Get Into This Knowing, How to Get Into This Certainty, where I also explain, based on some quotes from Neville and Bentina Massaro, how you can establish that and why this is so important. You will find the link to this above. I will link it right now. So check this out as well. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. And if you need more information, then check out the 2 links in the video description, my masterclass, my program, if you like to get some personal help and want me to keep you accountable on this journey. With that, I conclude this video and I speak to you in the next one. Bye guys.